Well, fight fans, did you see it? Did you see it happen? Did you see Anthony Joshua fall off of the heavyweight mountain down a few pegs to the hands of Andy Ruiz Jr.? Let me start out by saying that I picked AJ in this fight. I picked AJ by unanimous decision. I didn't think that he would knock Ruiz out, even though Anthony Joshua, has made it clear that he wanted to make a statement after what Deontay Wilder did to Dominic Brazil a couple of weeks ago. People, this is why Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua both were talking about making this fight sooner than later, because this is what can happen in the heavyweight division. It's bombs away. We're talking about, there are hard punchers from every weight, from strawweight to cruiserweight. But the heavyweight division is a whole nother animal onto itself. Anybody could be knocked out at any time. All something Evander Holyfield said years ago when they asked him what heavyweight hit hard, and he said all heavyweights hit hard. They're big guys that hit hard. This is the type of thing that could happen in the ring, and we saw it happen last night. Anthony Joshua he started out looking pretty good. He when he put Ruiz down, he looked like he would have been in control of the fight. But I'm gonna be very honest with you all. You know that I'm a if you have followed my channel, you know that I'm an Andy Ruiz guy. I picked him against Joseph Parker. I have some of his fights on my channel. I'm a big fan of young Andy Ruiz, but I had a feeling that something was going to go wrong when he called Joshua with that first left hook after he got up. Joshua made the mistake of wanting to make a statement. Ruiz went down. He was stunned, but he looked like he got his bearings back about him very quickly. Joshua made the mistake by trying to get him out of there. Joshua wanted to have what Wilder had a couple of weeks ago. He wanted to have that highlight knockout. He wanted to catch Ruiz with another straight right hand and literally put him on his back and have the referee stand over him and wave his hands. That's not what happened. Andy catches him, puts him down. He gets up and he barely survives the round as he puts him down again at the end of the round. And he was only saved by the bell. From that moment on, in my opinion, Anthony Joshua looked very hesitant. He looked very gun shy. He did not look like he really wanted to mix it up. And it came back to to hunting. Ruiz over those last few rounds, you could see it. He was slowly setting him up for that overhand right. He started going to the body, trying to come over top until eventually he caught him and knocked, and he put him down quite a few more times, and that was the end of the fight. Am I shocked that it happened? No, I'm not. I'm not shocked, but I am a little bit surprised. I'm a little bit surprised that Anthony Joshua did not have better bearings about him. That when he was hurt, he didn't go to survival tactics and live to fight another day. Who cares if he had to grab and hold on for a couple of rounds to get his head back about him? But I don't really think that Anthony recovered. And the Vladimir Klitschko fight, that's the fight. If you heard my video then, I knew that AJ was in trouble. A lot of people didn't want to hear what I had to say, but I saw it then. I said Deontay Wilder has a better than great chance to knock this guy out. Vladimir Klitschko, one of my favorite fighters ever. He's in my top 10 of my favorite fighters ever. Definitely one of the hardest hitting heavyweights ever. We kind of brushed it off and said, well, Joshua went down because Vladimir is an all-time great. He's very crafty and he's got great power. No, Joshua went down because that chin is suspect. And we saw it in that fight. And I saw in that fight that if Deontay Wilder, started letting some of those shots go, Joshua was going down. Now, I wasn't sure if he was going to stay down and get knocked out, but he was going down. Now, rematch or not, it definitely weakens the Wilder Joshua fight. If let's say at the end of the year Joshua comes back, he fights Ruiz, he wins. Let's say he even wins by knockout. He gains the title. He gains his unified title back. The fight with he and Wilder now will not be as exciting, because if you know boxing, you're going to be on your toes if that fight happens, thinking that as soon as Wilder catches him with a left hook or a right hand, he's going to go down. And if he gets up, you know how Wilder gets. He's going to jump on top of him, and he's going to catch him again and knock him out. Before I said it was a 50-50 fight. If Wilder and Joshua fight now, I'm going Wilder. I'm going Wilder, and I'm going by TKO. Let me touch on Anthony Joshua. Look, it's not over for the young man. He's in his prime years now. He still has some growing to do, but he's gonna have to do like Vladimir Klitschko did when he hooked up with Emmanuel Stewart. He's gonna have to get in there and he's gonna have to learn how to protect his chin and to box and not always look for the big shot. Because Anthony Joshua is a very good boxer and he's gonna need to use that to set up his knockouts, not just look to take a guy's head off. He'll come back. I'm confident of that. Let's talk about Ruiz Jr. What I would love to see Andy do is I would love to see him sometime later this year get at least one title defense and then get the rematch against Anthony Joshua. I don't need to see an immediate rematch. Let the young man let him defend his title against somebody. It doesn't have to be Wilder. It doesn't have to be Fury. By Fury, I mean Tyson Fury. But maybe let him fight somebody at the bottom half of that top 10. Maybe somebody ranked between 11 and 20. Let Andy Ruiz get at least a defense to defend his title. And then let's see the rematch against Anthony Joshua, come next year. Now, look, as far as fights go, it was a great night of fights. The Katie Taylor Parson fight was exciting, and this fight was exciting. Honestly, those are the only two fights I actually watched on the card. I may catch some of the other fights later, but those were the only two that I caught, and I was very impressed. It was a very good fight, very good heavyweight fight. I got this one wrong. I thought Joshua would win by UD. He didn't. Joshua will bounce back. Ruiz will go on. And the last thing I'll say about Ruiz, being a big fan of his, I've never been a big fan of the way his body looks. And I don't want to hear that whole argument about it's heavyweight boxing. It's not a bodybuilding competition. Look, I want my heavyweight champions to look like a heavyweight champion. You need to look something like Ken Norton. Guys need to get their bodies in much better shape. I love Ruiz, Big Baby Miller. I like, but these big guys like that have to get their bodies in better shape. That's what I would like to see. But hey, what they're doing, what Ruiz is doing is working for him. And let's see what my guy has next. Give me your thoughts on it. Shout out to some of the guys who went to my channel last night. And after Ruiz won the fight, and they were so excited, they looked up some of his older fights because they were so excited and for him for what he did with Wilder. Other than that, give me your thoughts on the fight. What do you think AJ should do next? What do you think Ruiz should do next? That's all I got. I'll let y'all later.